games? Asiasoft?
Pardon?
Is it the publisher with the most games? Is it the 30 games? So Asiasoft, is it the largest publisher?
Yes, we are the largest publisher in Thailand, and in Singapore and Malaysia we are also number one. Okay.
Number one in Singapore definitely, but in Malaysia is number 1, 2, 3. It
Top three.
depends on
Top three.
country.
Top three.
You plan to you decide to come to Indonesia this year.
Yes.
And what is the main reason for your expansion to Indonesia?
Okay.
I think firstly, Indonesia market is very interesting. In terms of population, it's number 4 populous country in the world. And with the number of population of 200 people, I think that's one factor to look at. And second factor, if you look in terms of our target group, the age is about the young people. And in your country, the range of the age is about 70% that we look as a target of Asiasoft. I think it's the age between 15 to 34 that we look at as our target group. And in your country, at that range of the age, 70%. That's another factor.
So in terms of the online games market in Indonesia, from the forecast, they expect that Indonesia will have the bigger size than Thailand from this year. So that means Indonesia has very potential, okay, in terms of the growth, okay, the size, okay, because you have big population, you have big numbers of internet users.
So it's very interesting. If you have to put a number market-wise, at what ranking is Indonesia online games industry? If you put ranking number, so what do you think about Indonesia?
How do you rank Indonesia?
Yeah. How do you rank Indonesia?
Indonesia should be number 1 in our interest. For the region,
Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Southeast Asia, I think this is the most interesting place. And another factor, if you look at your Facebook user, your country now become number 2 in the world ranking, right?
Yeah.
And I think that would help our industry of gaming, because our game online is also depend on the social between the gamers. They love to discuss among themselves, and I think that's another factor as well. And I believe now it's over 30 million users, rising so fast. And another thing, I would say that your market of the gaming industry is still in the early stage, and I would say the competition in the industry is not so fierce compared to other countries. If you look at your country now, you have 3 leaders in the market, which already take majority of the market of approximately maybe 70 to 90%. And number 1 to number 3 is just not stable. One can just like Leon, it was number 3 before, right? And now jump up to number 1 because of one game of Thailand. So I think that another factor we look favorable for Asiasoft as a leading player in the region.
So you think now is the perfect time for you?
Yes, it's a perfect. It might be a little bit early, but I would say that if it go earlier, it's better than too late. Yeah? If it comes when the market is too competitive, I think that probably is not so good for us.
So as one of the largest, biggest publisher in Southeast Asia, what can we expect from Asiasoft? What kind of games would you bring to Indonesia or something like that? The strategy and something like that.
Okay. For Indonesia, okay, we will start by focusing on the FPS segment first, because in your country, FPS game is the biggest portion.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Point
think
blank,
the
point
CC CCU for FPS is over 200,000 and increasing, okay, day by day. So we start from FPS, focus on FPS.
Okay, I have a question that based on the numbers that you have explained before, yes, Indonesia is quite an interesting market, and some other publishers even from Thailand, like we're already invested in Indonesia, right? So, but they're also facing a bit of problems that because Indonesia is large, but they're mostly islands, a lot of islands. So, and the infrastructure is really, we can say it's bad. So even Winner Online is facing some big problems. You know? So what are your strategies for about this? And it's gonna be different if you're investing like in Thailand or even in China because it's a big mainland, right? So are you ready to? Yeah, I think it's gonna be a big investment to do well in Indonesia. It's not that easy enough. It's gonna a lot of investment you have to make. So
understand that.
yeah,
Your
what kind of
infrastructure is
are you gonna be all, really focused to Indonesia? I mean, if you are you just testing it right now? But I don't know. What are you saying?
But if you look at your internet cost,
Yeah.
it already dropped quite significantly
yeah.
from 2000, and we hope your government in the future will improve the infrastructure across the countries. But right now, I know you still, your country is still big. If you look at Indonesia now, I think 4 main cities still be our first focus.
Okay.
But in the future, we go with you. When your infrastructure is getting better, we can also, spread into the
But right now,
country.
you're mainly in the Java Island, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think in the future, your government should also improve. And as your people very, very interested in, internet music. And the cost is dropped significantly from 2000.
But it dropped, yes, but it's mostly just drop for the mobile users. Dropping for mobile users, but for gaming it's still expensive for us.
But internet cost itself also dropped.
Yeah, but the quality also dropped. You know what I mean? The internet is cheap, okay, but you cannot use that cheap internet connection to play games. So it doesn't really help us
But
for
in the
games.
whole city are okay, right?
Yeah. But the drop prices are the mobile internet, so we cannot use that to play games. Maybe browser games, yeah, but FPS, no, cannot do that.
But I think this problem, if the problem is because of the infrastructure, okay, every publisher will face the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone will face the same. So there's no one has advantage over the others.
Well, yeah, but maybe the one if you invest maybe more power or something, more manpower, or maybe invest. What I'm saying is, how are you 100% into Indonesia right now, or are you just in the testing phase, in the testing the market or something like that? Are you 100% focused on Indonesia right now?
I wouldn't say that it's a tasting, but I know it's quite early in your market, right? But we kind of prepare for that, that the market is maybe slowly move during this 1 or 2 years. So we do not expect too much.
Okay.
For the first this 1 or 2 years.
The first 1 or 2 years, it really does.
The game that we are going to publish there will be very selective one.
Yeah.
Okay. So some of the Asiasoft biggest game is already released in Indonesia, such as Granado Espada and
Ragnarok
Online.
Edition.
Yeah. And so what's your first 3 games will you bring to Indonesia?
A.V.A at this moment.
Only these 2.
What we plan for, but we also have the game in the pipeline, but we have to look which one is matching to your market, and we have to see these first 2 games.
Apa aja?
A.V.A.
FPS.
Because this year we don't expect to open so many games because now it's in the initial stage, setup stage.
Yeah,
so we want our Indonesian team to learn, to learn how to operate the games. right? Asiasoft in Thailand, we bring the technology we have, we bring the so-called best practice, okay, that we have, okay, and transfer all our know-how, all the system, okay, to Indonesia. So now it's in the stage that they need to, in the learning curve.
Speaking of Indonesian team, we realized that you kind of merged with One Life Entertainment publishers. Right? Is there any main reasons why you choose One Life, or why you choose the way of merge with local publishers, or why not just go by yourself like Winner Online maybe? Why you choose to merge, and why you choose One Life? Because as we know, maybe One Life is not the big three or anything.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
If you look at other companies, other investment of Asiasoft in other countries, we usually go by ourselves 100%.
Yeah, that's why.
And set up a new company. But we consider this time is faster if we go with a joint venture with a local partner.
Is it the first time you join venture with local partner?
Yes,
Really?
it is. And we believe that the local knowledge will help us to understand the market better and faster. So the reason we decide to choose One Life, it's a small company in Indonesia. Right? We think as ourselves a leader in the region, and we have all the expertise. Okay? And want to bring that to Indonesia, and we need his help, our partner, on the local knowledge. And the managing director, the owner, previously the owner of One Life. He is quite a good graduate person. He educated in the US and also worked many years in the US. And he fascinated in this business. He loved it, the gaming industry. So we believe in him. So we kind of decide to partnership with One Life. It's not a merger, but we set up a new company, okay, and we kind of transfer all the people in One Life to the new company, and then he himself also own in that company with us. We set up a company. We own 80%. He and his friend own 20% of the company.
So it's 80 and 20, right?
So it's much more like an acquisition,
Sorry.
an acquisition of One Life.
No, it's separated actually.
I think it's a joint venture. I would say it's a joint venture. We agree together to be in a new company.
So there's gonna be still One Life, but and also Asiasoft, right?
Or
One Life is.
will just be a shell company.
Oh.
All the business will transfer into the set up company, and then I think that one will be done.
Because we believe that, okay, the system we have, all the experience, know-how that we have, okay, we can, in fact, we can operate by ourselves in Indonesia.
Yeah.
But because we don't know, your people, we don't know your culture, we don't know, your behavior, we need someone, okay, who help us to understand your market faster.
Well, it's just about the faster thing, right? Because in other countries you will know the locals too, right? But even though you still decided to set up your own company in other countries, but not Indonesia.
It's different because okay, actually,
You want to run it
Asiasoft Thailand was originated from Singapore. Yeah, and then but now Thailand is small, bigger. Then eventually Thailand
the main headquarters.
become the main headquarters. So we have more understanding, experience in Singapore and Malaysia is almost the same.
Oh yeah.
Right. So that's why we operate by ourselves. But for Indonesia, it's quite far from from Thailand, and also
It's far more difficult to understand.
yeah.